Starter comp. It's Jarvan, I go in, big target where everyone else needs to aim their skill shots. Life is good.
However, much like the Vi, which I'm sure you're going to
going for the slightly more mixed builds. Of course, nice damage there onto WE's bot side. Vampire doing a decent job of body blocking things like the Q and the W there.
And also stopping, so he's tandem maxing them. Tarzan going up towards the grubs first now. Alistair coming over, one secured, Cataclysm in.
And the headbutt pulverized, but I don't think Tarzan cares. He's just putting a subjugate down. Into the backline, goes home. Shockwave after, on top of the Kai'Sa gets value. Karras has to flash out the back of the pit, but that means a lot of your damage is now not in position. TP's rolling. This will be Cube coming in with an equalizer potentially.
Karras is on the slant, can get a flick back. Has to be good though. Equalizer, yeah, that's the next big thing.
Flash, headbutt, pulve, not the best angle, but the flick back is solid. Do they get the damage after? I don't know. Tarzan low, gonna get the pillar down to Karras, trying to get value. Kyle body blocking the threaded volleys. Hope trying to get value. Taeyun in danger, has got the barrier to stop the clockwork wind up as Hope goes down. AL split the fight and end up falling. Burn down goes Cube, and in the jungle, look, Monkey is there still.
And Flandre never teleports. What's he doing? Anyone's Legend had a great winning angle there to get the grubs afterwards. Rakan might die here as well. I don't think his W's on cooldown. WE pick up the fight after a bad entry to it. The flick back was not comboed up with the equalizer. That's any side relief really. Shanks doesn't have flash. Moving roaming into the mid lane.
Does just sidestep the massive shutback and shockwaves too.
That is
that's not coming on over. It can get worse yet.
He just cancelled the Alistair combo too. Vampire got it. Shockwave out of his headbutt.
Oh, quickness comes on down before the seismic shot into the grand entrance on Vampire, who's got himself some unbreakable will. They're still ready. Double headbutt pulverized, but it goes down regardless. AL outplaying the mid lane. Okay, we have got the date, by the way, of when BLG versus IG will be. August 28th. It's going a long, long way into the future, so we'll have to wait for that one a little later. But right now, the violence occurring around the dragon chose the wrong moment to bring that little tidbit to all of you back home.
Not a great ult there. Monkey can get a Cataclysm in. Tarzan flashes away.
Does get himself a little bit spit off. Now turning around a bit here. Damage from Karras. Equalizer is solid, but Tarzan still gets to walk out, not burn down. Flandre left alone. Carlo can get in the backside, though. Quickness gets Hope into the backside. Great shockwave! It's brutal, but Hope flashing away, staying alive. They've lost the Ori. It's not quite enough. It ends up being a 1-for-1 as Shanks falls at the back end.
And once again, the play really highlighted by Flandre's lack of impact. The ultimate, if it was used a little later, I think would have been incredibly powerful, but didn't have it. Used it at the entry to a non-fight. WE end up taking the 1-for-1 despite what looked like a poor fight at the back end of it with a wonderful shockwave combo. They walk away with a dragon. They walk away fairly happy given how the situation was. They should have lost that fight, but we said that about the grubs. They ended up winning both those plays. It's a window of time for the Orianna to survive underneath the hook call of the Forge God.
Indeed. Karras gets to go towards this bot side, though. Does pick up that turret. So first turret of the game going towards W. Of course, doesn't lead towards the jungler because you could have finished 2 camps and already have lost feats of strength. It was very annoying.
Tarzan popping the ult onto Cube here. No flash still.
A really good pillar gank just walks out of a bush.
Well, that's a Trundle with an item for you. Trundle disgustingly broken. Tarzan pretty damn good on the pick as well. 2-1 and 2. Triforce completed. Thanks to the stream streaks, by the way. There's been 5 or 6 people which have done that across it. A potential engage coming across the side. Karras does have flash and ult to make something happen. 3 grubs. Use the pressure down to her, but they can't take it completely.
Going with the quickness in, actually trying to get onto Taeyun, who flashes away himself. What about Tarzan? TP behind, Weaver's wall. Bind stab puts Tarzan on the wrong side. Flashed out in a really good location. Now Shanks looking for more. They're going to kill off the Corki. Knock into the wall. Shockwave after. Onto Karras, who will heal and pray that he can survive. No chance. Down for the count. And now they need to back out.
What started as WE trying to push out mid lane tower ends up leaving them in a bit of a lurch after they retreat from it in a scattered formation. You can see that the bot lane of WE separated from the rest of the team, and AL pounced. Much better impact from Flandre. This time, great ultimate, great combo. Anyone's Legend, with that success, will be bought the dragon, will get themselves about 2,000 gold ahead, and they'll get some chance to catch some side Flambe. And there's one dude who obviously, probably owned the restaurant but wasn't there for anything else. Just wheeled out the thing to do it on. Did it on the table. It was very, very cool. Monkey, yeah, he's dead.
And he just went straight into Kyle, who's waiting for him on the other side with the quickness. That's just unfair. Goodbye, Monkey.
W have had a pretty horrid start towards this split. Even a combo into Vampire is going to leave him without his locket, without his celestial opposition, without some HP as well. He's in less of a position to engage now.
He's the only one with
has
smite.
Flash, has smite. I just don't know if he's ever really going to be able to be given. He has Flash, he has smite, he has ult.
This is doable.
All right, Vampire, let's see it. Let's see what you got.
Oh, he's not going to be given the
He got
opportunity.
nothing. He got nothing.
All I'm saying is I would have gone for the headbutt Flash smite for the full combo value.
You know what, Sam? That would have been so Chad as well. Flandre flashed out of the combos. He some combos.
I posit to you the grayed out F button.
Yes, quite. It's a D key there, though, sadly.
They've all got
hang
flash
on a second.
D.
Karras could be in a bit of trouble here. I was actually wondering if there's a shockwave. Shanks. There is.
He knows.
Shanks does have ult back. Everyone has their ults back.
They've only got the one turret so far, actually. They don't have the turret in mid lane, which is why they're being so aggressive, forcing this pillar. Slows 3. Won't really pick anyone off, though.
Waves both cleared. Some poke coming through. Monkey dropping the standard. The vision. Celestial opposition blown. Kyle is not tanky.
Oh, he's gone.
Big mistake. Had flash, had heal. Well, didn't have the heal, but had the flash, choosing not to use it. Big mistake from the support.
Monkey eats a lot of damage as well, though. Now you just lost your junglers, like, entire haste bar.
Shanks!
Shocking wave. That was appalling.
Anyone's Legend, I don't know. They've just been off form since they came back from internationals. Vampire on a great flank.
That's a wonderful angle. Now Shanks is in danger. Has his Seras pod. Gets to turn it around, though. The Call of the Forge God is solid enough, but actually already burning a couple down. Cube low, but not quite down. Hope into the backside with the Acathian raid. Brings the Rumble down. Gets himself the Void Seeker and blows them all up. Who needs a mid laner?
Even Anyone's Legend at their worst are so formidable. WE get the easy pick up onto Kyle. They get the fantastic teleport flank from Vampire, and it is still not enough. Anyone's Legend will claim their dragon. They'll claim in the outer turret as well in the mid lane. And despite the considerations, the complaints, and you mean like gassing the Undercity? Yeah, that was a hell of a plot point.
It was.
Jumping onto a tanky Trundle, not Monkey.
I think he's just dead here. Hope we'll get that kill. Gonna get Vampire to potentially fall down afterwards. Taeyun gets to Valkyrie out. Damage coming on down. Flash forward onto Taeyun, who gets shockwaved into dirt. Go Cube on the other side. Now surviving, but Karras gets the seismic. It means nothing. They're all dead. It's a triple over towards Hope. And Tarzan cleans up the rest of them.
This is just a disaster for W at this point. I think Vampire is actually having quite a good game.
He's trying really hard.
Every time I see these creative angles, I actually think Vampire's been playing it out well. And, you know, I often have complaints and reservations about him on a strategic sense. You can't really blame any of that on him this game. I think Monkey, after having a good start to the game, has chosen poor engages and ended up being punished for them. And I guess Cube's
staying a ways back. He's got the killer instinct to come join a fight potentially. Flandre empowering the minions in mid lane, and Monkey's trying to clear them out to mixed success.
Hope doing a ton of damage to the turret. That'll be gone. Such a fed Kaiser. He's had no threat onto him. I think W have really struggled to hit the backline, and you know, this is quite a strange feature of this team. WE, when they start to oh bloody hell! Yeah, didn't realize you could cook a steak with a shockwave. Clockwork steak.
Do that one. Turns out we're not cooking with gas, we're cooking with electricity. Good value in there, and they'll get the inhibitor turret and the inhibitors in both mid and bot. And this game in a 5v4 looks pretty done to me.
Yeah, a bit of a poor moment there from Vampire not popping the ultimate. Again, he's actually not had the worst game here, but it's not like he's been without a stakes, dude. But then again, you really blame him after this kind of game. Game feels so done, and it probably will be in a couple of minutes.
It can be a couple minutes, maybe just a few seconds, because Anyone's Legend see
do
the
it.
angle, and they'll get Hope ulting in. The killer instinct sees the weakness in the understrength WE. More violence to be found as Tarzan gets headbutted, but not onto the fountain. Vampire likely to fall. Triple kill towards Shanks. Make that a bit more. He gets a quadra to end the game out.
8-2 and 10. Shanks on the Orianna missed a few shockwaves. Jin has forever been one of the best meta answers in every single Caitlyn meta. Jhin has been able to answer, has very good ability to pick up farm, has very good ability of strength. That's one of the things about mid-table, lower table teams, and in fact, W are a mid-table team, right? I mean, even top table from the last split, but you know, you have to know your team's strengths and have to know your players' strengths.
Yeah, and again, part of how
around
too much. Now looking with the three drops at this top tier
This
one.
is important. Is Shanks going to put the ult over the wall? No. I was wondering if he'd have a better angle there, honestly. He could still get put onto Shanks. You got a position better than that, friend.
Oh boy, ends up in a lot of danger. Has to burn the flash, and AL...
The phase rush goes away. Dragon has spawned, which is why we're getting a little bit more feisty towards the bot side. Remember, Monkey does have flash and go for the flash. Immediate wall stun with Ixtal's impact. Tarzan could get caught here. That's a Tarzan from Buddy.
Wait, Crescent Guard comes on down. Magnustorm trying to turn the corner around.
Kyle.
It's all been a bit of a bait. Damage though onto Kyle. Tarzan going to go back in. Kyle with a shield. Buying some time. My God, that front line. But look at the captive audiences everywhere. Absolute disaster. Cube survives. Flashing on out. Monkey drives Shanks into a wall.
No flash.
Who's now in danger without the flash. Flondro trying to come on down. Gravity field is solid enough, but can't get any damage as Monkey's absolutely monstrous in the front line.
I thought Kyle had won the fight by managing to body block so well, but Shanks not having that flash after blowing it so poorly in that top side comes back to haunt anyone's legend. He can't disengage, and Monkey's engage is the real tide turner. Gets himself the fight started in the right place and makes sure that Tarzan can't have much impact.
I thought they'd managed to bait it all in.
Like the first and might run out of damage at some points because the Rise will pick up the difference.
On the other side, WE there.
Vampire, no one's even close.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was about to say the front line of WE could be very difficult for AL, but not in a 3v1.
There was no one even.
Skarner summoning the Herald, looking like that will be in mid lane, is driving straight towards it. Couple minutes till Dragon.
That'll kill it straight up.
Should just get that value there, and Hope's just going to have to deal with that going down.
Yep, that was well over the HP margin needed. Not going to be able to drive it anywhere else. The extra 50 gold goes towards Hope. Not lose the next big fight. I think that they're actually not too unhappy. Can they force some summoner? Oh, hang on a second. Skarner's completely on the other side of the map. He's taking Dragon. I mean,
they got Realm Warp.
So they have Realm Warp to speed them up to this. Caitlyn's not in position right now. They're catching out Flandre, but they're kind of been distracted by him. You should not have gone for that.
Vampire's got a smite of his own, but can't get there in time. Atakan just picked up. That's a lot of petals coming over.
Where's the Impale?
Looking to get onto one. Does get it onto Shanks! Who's doing good? Tarzan, I do apologize. I misread the model, but it doesn't matter. They still get a kill on the jungle, which means Dragon now going over to WE.
Tarzan should have just flashed. Blow that summoner. They get themselves the Atakan, which is completely fine for them. Cube doesn't have ultimate now. If he gets stunned up here, that's a huge issue.
Yeah, he's going to get stunned up. Permafrost after. Does get a Roar of the Slayer off, but he's eating a lot of damage now. Needs to try and turn this one around. Decimating Smash coming on through. TP also there. Gets a Grass proc. Monkey coming on up as is Vampire. Hope now in danger himself. The flank angles are rough. Hope does get a little bit of time. Magnustorm bites a bit of space as Shanks comes on in with a TP. Damage onto Kyle, who goes down. Hope is destroyed by Monkey, though. And Flandre caught out as AL just run under their own turret. They don't quite have the damage. Monkey potentially in danger to Shanks, though. Might end up getting that kill if they can get the burn on it. Ace in the hole back. Can't quite get the kill. Siphon power doesn't do it.
The shield blocks the Siphon power, so it stops the kill.
Shut out of every big fight.
I was watching the mini-map during that replay, and Shanks came off Fountain off the reset. Thought about going topside, then walked mid lane, and thought about going topside, and then TPs. Because they thought they had Cube dead to rights. He didn't. There was a ward in that bush that he could have teleported straight away. He wasn't there for the majority of that fight, and that decision made something.
Some nice damage again. But it's been very good, WE, kind of capitalizing on these team fights and really capitalizing on the pick potential of Monkey.
And I think AL as well just weren't respectful of when they had their damage and when they didn't.
Not going
WE
to be that valuable. See the E-poke starting to mark up a little bit more onto Vampire and Monkey now. WE need to make sure they are not fighting into a choke point against Victor AoE. That is, hang on a second, they just spotted the rail over the wall.
Oh, that's potential damage onto Monkey, but Kyle now in danger. Does have a crash down, burns it. Gonna get hit by the Glacial Fissure. Ace in the hole comes on down. Shanks going to get out, but they'll lose the rel, looking for a pick angle, but they just don't have the damage still. Trying to jump onto Q, but again, the time to kill is so damn long. Turning it around, Deadly Flourish into the Glacial Prison, jumping onto Q.
Shanks
does still have the ult. Shanks is caught again, does have the flash, will need to blow it, does get out alive.
Shanks' positioning so poorly in this game. Another easy flash blown as he's too far out and doesn't pull that ult at the earliest point, and now anyone's legend getting jumped on in the mid lane.
Tarzan dumps on forward. Crescent Guard is decent, but still eats so much damage. Permafrost comes on down, and he just gets melted by Taeyun.
Really good series of picks once again from Monkey. Managing to use the sweeper used by the rest of his team to spot out Kyle, and WE, real credit to them taking an advantage and running with it. They've rarely gotten these advantages in this split so far, but this one should go around to the game win at this point. I think the game's far too gone now.
Vampire might die here. They're going to open up the curtains. They've got the blast cone. Trying to get over the wall. Monkey comes out of the pit. Burn onto Vampire is good. They get the kill. Baron, though, going down all the while. Going to try and jump onto Monkey potentially here. Can't quite get the damage. Gravity Field not quite armed in time. They TP also in. Then just credit to WE's frontline being really, really obnoxious. How many times we've seen Cube, Monkey... misses that impale. Nice idea. Doesn't quite happen. Now is he potentially in danger, actually? TP's flying. They're trying to turn one on Flandre. Not very tanky at all. Could potentially flash.
Oh, they get Taylor!
They got Taylor in the backside! Tarzan got on in! They get rid of the Caitlyn. Flash forward from Cube onto Hope, who may not need to be able to survive here as the passive from the Braum stacks on top of him. They lose the Jhin. Rise also free firing. Damage is really good. Onto Karis, though. Gotta get the kill. Does get that one, does Flandre. Damage back looking good, but Monkey, Cube, and Vampire are so bloody tanky. In a 3v2, Heartsteel procs galore.
Charzan trying to take down Vampire, trying to get someone. Does have very good extended fight value, but in a 1v3, I'm not sure that's really what you built for, Shinzao.
Ocean Soul coming, gets driven into a wall. Decimating Smash, tries to get the knockup, can't quite do it, and they will lose that one too.
Tarzan ends up hitting the person with the Thornmail and can't even really get their healing through that. Anyone's Legend, a brief moment where they found that fight, where they could play around the victor, but once again, Shanks gives you a chance of another reset, gives you a chance of more DPS, and I don't think Anyone's Legend really recognized that.
In the picture-in-picture, Ocean Soul's been secured. Tier 2's been secured. Now you've got Sion, Skarner, Braum, Rise, all with Ocean Soul. We're already seeing AL struggling to kill the front line at the best of times.
Cube getting jumped on, does have ult. I mean, they're losing the base for this, and you can still ult out. Shanks is
failed ult.
Hang on a second, he's putting another Chaos Storm, but they're going to ult everyone in.
Whoa, over we go. Tarzan now in danger.
He's very dead.
But he manages to back away. That's the power of a blue jungle item. Gets the Gust Walker speed. Another
ult miss from Monkey, but no Chaos Storm now. They've just wasted it on that pick.
Trying to get some damage back. Tier 3 going down. Does get some damage onto the backside with the Magnetor coming on through. Tarzan now coming on in, but they just don't have any DPS. Taeyun's dead, though. Finally get the Siphon power onto that one. Shanks getting to back away. But Cube and Monkey are so obnoxious, Shanks can't keep running.
Flandre peeling as best he can. They've ended up taking down the AD carry. It might end up saving the game. The unending spare try to heal through it. I just don't think it's enough.
Ocean Soul on a Skarner and a fed Sion. It's too much. Kyle's going to die to the tier 1 in mid lane.
You know what? I don't even think Kyle's even had a bad game. It's a 0-5 Ral. He has done his work. It really is just about these carries not doing enough, though. 3k down in mid, almost the same in AD carry. The Ocean Soul will make these tanks utterly unkillable. The front line of WE has done a magnificent job in this game.
It really, really has. And now trying to continue buying some time where they can, but I don't know whether the tanks actually give a damn about the turrets anymore.
They've just stood and not dodged out of the Chaos Storm.
Yeah.
Shanks is doing...
They might have to be it.
Yeah, that's it, but I just don't think he's going to be hitting the right targets, all of them at the same time. I suppose the ultimate can help a little bit. Monkey over the wall, and again, he's just so tanky, he doesn't have to give a damn.
Okay, Tarzan on the backside, Exhaust comes onto him, great, the Cascade comes on down, Hope just gets eviscerated by the front line, though. When your front line is doing all of the AD carries damage, then it's a problem. They're going to run warp into the back line, and that front line, it's just Godzilla breaking apart Tokyo Bay. Anyone's Legend are absolutely eviscerated, and we're going to game 3.
WE snowball to the win. Anyone's Legend, their carries caught and unsuited for the task of killing the ocean buffed up front line. WE, a bad game 1, rectified somewhat by a much better game 2, and we'll go the distance in our only series today, 1-1 in Xi'an.
The Kaijus walk at the Nexus and break it apart. WE, strong play there.
Vampire maybe has some ult angles, I suppose, but into the spell shield, pretty hard to do that. Panting to block it, uses E to disengage the follow-up. Cho'Gath can also put his body on the sampling value, stuff like that. The hook is going to cast on Taeyun
into the boomerang blade. They picked that one up as well.
Why would you recall that? Taeyun by 2. Vampire may have just thrown the game into the abyss with those series of hooks.
Cube may now be in danger. Hit by that rupture. Cube throws down the Dark Procession, but where is he running to? He's going to try and execute to the turret. And will not allow Tarzan to get involved, at least, but that's now effectively the solo kill of Flandre.
It is, and the way towards the reset first, going over towards the grubs. None taken down so far. Tarzan jumping forwards.
Gets the flash off of Karis. So Aurora down that bunny hop, importantly.
Vampire has the W.
And turning it around now with that paranoia. And that's so much damage onto Shanks.
Shanks fail flashes, doesn't go next to the wall and fail flashes. Shanks has been playing so poorly this series.
Oh, Karis gets in trouble himself. Across the veil he goes, though. But there's an ult from the Maokai and from the center. The double global's buying time. Tarzan flashing away. He's got a blast code and uses it. 2 dead on the side of AL.
Shanks throwing that fight away. Shanks has had a poor game. Missed shockwaves in game 1. Second game, better left unsaid. Vampire flashing onto the Cho'Gath.
Oh, he's dead.
And Flandre goes way too far away from his team. A good flash forward from Vampire. WE pick up the early fight, and they're looking towards potentially 3 grubs.
Are they going to keep fighting in a 2v4? They're going to try and get at least this last grub at the back. The opportunity to help clear out some of this vision. Step towards the Scuttle Crab. Still first dragon of the game. Paranoia. Nature's Grasp all coming in at once. Exhaust goes on down on top of the Nocturne. But so much damage as the Dawning Shadow follows the Maokai ultimate. They've lost the Pantheon Cube now. Getting Shanks caught inside the Dark Procession. Kyle's likely going to die as they go between worlds. Where is the damage? It's just not there.
Hope was around the back of the Dragon Pit as anyone's legend looked to fight, and their damage in the savior was not in place. Anyone's legend, what has happened to our LPL champions? On the other side, WE pick up another important set of kills, and much like game 2, it feels like they're pulling ahead of the game now in important ways. Vampire's going to walk forwards again. I don't think this is a real kill threat. This is just annoyance, really. Let's be honest. It is a Cho'Gath. You're not going to be killing this guy, especially as the Senna. But what the hell is happening with the mid jungle of anyone's legend? Of course, Kyle there. Going down to Anyone's Legend approaching these fights at such a poor angle, ulting into bot side, no flash on Vampire if they can catch him.
I think Chemo will likely be dead. Slow down. Bramble Splash comes on forwards. The Rupture comes on down, trying to flash on out. There's still a potential W, but he does get out to safety.
I thought he didn't have that flash because I saw the icons there. Kyle, can you hit the hook?
Needs to find a good one. Just gets the knock up into the hook after. Flash is just not going to work.
What? Saying it did. Real kill threat here. Oh, Heartsteel, actually. Hang on.
Ow, and there's a Rupture. Forces a flash out of Karis. Turn around, though. Paranoia comes on forwards. Tarzan gets over the wall with the blast go. Nature's Assault comes on down. Nature's Grasp now down as well. How far does WE want to go? But that's now their globals down ahead. Oh, the Hozo now Tayu with no flash. Hit by the rocket grab.
Oh, Kyle, that was peak Blitzcrank gaming. Ends up getting...
time.
Shanks being half HP is a big problem here. My dude, you can't be sat around at this kind of HP. I mean, if you can get his combo off, I suppose it's useful. Herald Summon in mid lane, which will force W to potentially respond to that.
He rooted up Shanks there with that last embrace. It's a bit difficult. Actually, they're jumping onto Karis to go across the veil. Nature's Grasp and the
triple Dawning Shadow.
Yeah, it does get across there. That means the Dragon is like just WE's.
Yeah, so Anyone's Legend, they'll use the Herald in mid lane instead, not buying into that fight. Can they kill the turret? I don't think they can. They went a little too slow. There's the Between Worlds.
Damage onto Hope, who flashes away. Grand stop.
The big objectives. Atacon potentially could be started up again in the next few moments. We've got...
Here we go.
No Sivir ult coming through. Atacon started. Top lane is not here.
Tarzan can join in that way. We'll have to do that to get here in time, I think. Down about half HP. AL very lacking in the vision. Hex flash angle from Kyle. Decides to go towards the side. Down to 9k. Not being done that fast right now by WE.
Teleporting in from Cho'Gath. Yorick left alone in topside. W are tanking this and they will get the resist shred. Karis misses the combo. That could have been a great shotgun.
Tarzan on the other side, can he find an angle on in? In comes the Paranoia. Nature's Grasp, not the best angle. It's Kyle that ends up body blocking and likely dies. Flash forward! Stun comes on down. Aurora down for the count, but the damage back on forward is still pretty good. They finally kill off the Blitzcrank. There's 2 for 2 as it stands. Down is going the Atacon. Taeyun untouched. Atacon secured. Fight after getting bloody messes. It's a triple kill to Cube, who's TP'd in. Flandre has to flash on out.
Hope is also untouched and gets some good damage, but yeah, it's the Senna which really ends up making the difference. Midway through that fight, Anyone's Legend made the choice to kill the Atacon instead of looking for the fights. They get the objective, but they'll lose the tower, and they'll give a ton of damage over towards a ton of gold, rather. Like that's a unique one. That will not go towards the 6 cap on minions. They start the Dragon up. Not the best terrain for them. Hard to play against Maokai on bot side, blue side. Sanarok using very early.
Hang on, Monkey got hooked. He's dead. They lose the Paranoia Inducer. AL now looking for some more value. Jump on forwards with the shield vault. It's going to be interrupted. Great rupture. Double rupture means that that's more people going on down. They lose the Bunny Rabbit. A triple kill to Hope, and AL finally get a clean team fight.
The Atacon slows being instrumental there. Rarely is the Atacon slow seen as kind of this team fight winner in pro play, but right there, getting the extra slow across the Maokai gets the extra kill. Gives them the extra kill. Dragon will be taken down. No soul point for WE, and Anyone's Legend off the back of a Blitzcrank hook manages to get a huge objective win.
Turret's down.
Which is the chip pick he's played him, but is the shotgun over the wall going to come in? It is. But the E's going to nice some of that damage. Knocks it. Where's that go? Hang on a second. It's going to mid lane.
Oh, lots and lots and lots.
Where's the
of
flash?
value. Don't want to flash, and it's going to be so much damage.
Where is your flash? She doesn't flash. Pantheon comes back in, but you've lost your AD carry already. Hope, you are the core of this comp. You must flash to break the fear tether. Maybe afraid that Monkey would do the same, but I don't think you can stand there without using it.
Decides not to burn it, means he'll have it up for the dragon fight, I suppose, in a couple minutes. Maybe just saying, look, I don't want to burn the flash right now when it's a 50-50, they're not going down, we're not working.
But this opens up the Baron now for WE. They take the mid lane
massive shove through mid lane. Cube's like to get this tier 2. Did pull WE from their setup on around the dragon. Turret goes down, nicely secured there.
Phoenix the edge.
Yeah.
Makes it nasty. Dragon will go down. Anyone's Legend. I guess they could just start the Baron right now, knowing that the Paranoia is just off cooldown. Coming up only in 5 seconds, though, and they're not fully committing to it.
He's got the Hex play. It's so easy. Hook goes on down. Trying to turn this one around into a play. Cube going to be shielded up by the Dawning Shadow. Is in a lot of danger. Has to flash on out. Vampire now very deep as well. Is slowed up. Celestial opposition goes on down. Flashes outside of the Rupture.
Hope no ultimate just yet. They can't keep chasing, but flash off a Cube is nice, but they don't get themselves the objective.
Monkey! And he got the hook on him. He flashes over the wall. It means nothing. Sterax is gone, and they'll be able to turn onto the Baron.
And that'll be the game. That'll be the game-defining mistake. Sadly, I think that Monkey's been playing very well on the Nocturne actually this game, finding picks where it's very hard to do so. Managed to get that ultimate to kind of put AL into a point of fear where they thought he was closer than he was, but. Yeah, it doesn't end up turning to the fight. Anyone's Legend call the bluff. They will get that feast onto the objective, and Anyone's Legend will get themselves what should be a game-ending buff. I don't see WWE dealing with the Baron buff that well.
QSS just picked up for Hope. Got Flash, got Barrier. Look to get another turret here. Can AL their second of the game. Not a lot going down. It's not being clean stuff.
His laning phase left a lot to be desired, but actually, considering that this is a second-string champion for him, I think he's given a lot of issues over towards Anyone's Legend.
The ults have been good.
With the ults, he's been angling them well, so credit to him. His champion pool's oft been criticized, but here I don't think it was the issue. Kyle, want to try and look for a hook over the wall. Out of range for the ultimate, gets the hook into the spell shield.
Nice idea, though. I appreciate the attempt. It's not the longest cooldown, so going picking for those kind of things can matter. Cube being threatened here.
Flash.
And they're going to try and jump onto him. Paranoia's available. May look to turn this around, but it might be a little bit too little, a little too late. Cube is squared again. Monkey in danger. Might be returning to his namesake. Is doing so as the ricochets are flying on through everyone. Taeyu needs to run away. Last Embrace is a minion. Vampire in danger. Dawning Shadow comes across. Tarzan will take the turret shot and die, but happy to trade his life out for the Aurora. Taeyu and Vampire need to back away now. The bot lane on 20% HP between them need to run away.
3 for 1 for Anyone's Legend, and in the Baron buff's remaining minute, 5,000 gold Baron play right now. They should be able to finish the game. Was it clean? No, but it will get Anyone's Legend on the board, and WE will be ending their start to this split 0-4 in series.
Nice little twisted advanced tech there to avoid the hook, but it means very little in the face of your Nexus turret going on down. Stunt on him while you can, but you're stunting on him while your base at home is on fire. Taeyu, hang on. He's just going to end up being flashed on by Hope. Took a few with him, and the HP damage was good, but it isn't enough heroics at the back end of it all. And the only thing hanging is their hats up as the game is lost.